Hey, this is Charles Onyett with IGN, and I'm checking out the Perpetual Testing Initiative downloadable content for Portal 2 that'll be out on May 8th for PC and Mac versions of Portal 2. So you can browse the Steam Workshop for community creations, you can play those creations, or you can build your own chambers with this DLC. And I have a few here, but I'm just going to go into a new test chamber and show off how easy the tools are actually to use. There's really no technical skill involved here if you know how to use Windows. You basically know how to use this program, which lets you focus basically on being creative as opposed to trying to fiddle around with a bunch of complex rules and things like that. So you can see here the basic chamber, the starting. You've got an entrance door here, which can be moved around, like so. You just click it and drag it, and that's it. You also have an exit door over here, which can also be moved around. And these are surfaces that can be tagged as portalable or non-portalable. So the white surfaces are portalable. It's an interesting word to say a lot of times. I can't say I've had to do that before. But so you can place portals on all of these tiles. These tiles are non-portalable. So if you just select them all, and I just hit Shift and selected them all there, you can tag them as portalable. There's also a shortcut for that. You just hit P, and there you go. Now those surfaces are portalable. Of course, that has a big effect on how your puzzles will work. And I can do it here as well. So now the entire room is portalable. I moved the entrance and exit around. The exit door starts open, but by right-clicking, you can see specific options tied to specific pieces on the field, so you can tell it to not start open. So now it's closed, so basically in order to exit this chamber, I would need to build in a way to open that door, which is easy to do. I can just put a pressure plate down somewhere, wherever I want to. Let's put it over here, I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull out this surface a little bit and do that. And maybe I'm going to move the ceiling up in this specific section a little bit. There we go. So I'm going to try it like that. I'm going to pull that and this. There, so I've got a nice little raised platform there. And actually, maybe just to make this a little more interesting, I will put in some water, some deadly goo, so I can raise the water level. Let's just leave it there for now. So if I'm actually going to survive entrance into this chamber, I'm going to need to pull this wall out, actually, so I have something to stand on at least before I head into the water. So that should work. Actually, I'm going to make that 1 wide. And then to connect switches to mechanisms to make them actually function, it's a simple matter of right-clicking and hitting Connect To, and it brings up this little square with a line on it, as you can see, and I can just drop that right there. I got my little heart reward. You just drop that right on your intended target, and now they're connected. So as long as I have, I've got the Franken cube in here, as long as I have a cube, a weighted cube, or a companion cube, I should be able to pull that off. So I'm going to drop a cube here, and I don't necessarily want this piece of it, I just want the cube sitting there, so I can just delete this. This is just the delete key, there it goes, don't need to worry about that anymore. Don't need to worry about a dropper. So I need to place that on this button in order to open the exit. There's certainly a lot of potential here. With this tool set, it's pretty powerful. And I mean, you get everything from laser emitters, you get lens blocks, you get laser relays, laser catchers, all this stuff, faith plates. Actually, let's just do that. Let's make this really simple. So I'm going to drop down a faith plate over here that'll just shoot me over into this section. And you can readjust this target if you want to. I can have it drop directly over there, so I don't actually have to walk over there. If you click on the faith plate, you can actually adjust the arc of your flight, which may seem kind of arbitrary, but if you, for instance, and this, oh, well, actually it makes sense right here because the faith plate is going directly through a wall, so that's really not going to work, and you just can't see it from this view, but it's going into the ceiling. So there we go. That's pretty much going to crush me. So you can adjust this so that that will actually function properly. So if I want to see how this works, and actually I'm not going to be able to get to, let me move this over here and drop a laser walkway. I'm going to go with laser walkway. Drop this over there. Yeah, I'll stick with that. So if I want to actually test this out and make sure it works, I do this. So you go over to File, and you have to basically rebuild the chamber, and then you can hop into the updated version of it to make sure that your puzzle actually makes sense, or if it's just an irritating mess. I know this is pretty simplistic, but there are already some really cool, in the sort of beta version that's going on right now, already some pretty cool creations up on the Steam Workshop. So the steps here should be pretty basic. As soon as I walk out of the entry door, I should just be able to grab this cube here, drop it on this thing. It should hit the door. Please stay on there. Okay, so my door opened. That's just the switch, and then I've got my light bridge that I can just do this with. There we go. And of course I don't want to drop down there. That would be bad. And I win. Yay. Success. So yeah, that's pretty easy. And then, I mean, obviously you probably want to make it a little more complex than this. You can just restart the level to reset it in case you screw something up, or just go directly back to the editor and start making changes. So if I wanted to bring the water level up, if I wanted to drop, say, a turret over here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be able to do that, but you can move the turret's view around and everything like that. You can even drop in the tractor beams, which will automatically start pushing things away, but you can start it reversed, so you can actually do back and forth, which is pretty cool. You can drop in sort of ornamental elements like light strips and things like that and move their position within each tile, which is a nice degree of customization. And yeah, you have all the different, you have bounce gel, speed gel, conversion gel, and cleansing gel that you can work with. Fancy staircases, track platforms, piston platforms, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, a really impressive suite of tools here, super easy to use, and just really easy to see the potential for the community coming up with some really incredible puzzle designs, and lots of them. So now let's take a look at the Steam Workshop to show how you would browse for these community creations. So once you've published your test chamber, which is a simple matter of just basically hitting the publish button, you can see I've done that with one here, you can check it out in your version of the workshop. And here's the map that I published. I can go into it, I can upvote it, I can downvote it, report, favorite, subscribe, etc. And I can also look at everyone else's creations by going to the Steam Workshop. You can see the Portal 2 beta version of the workshop here right beside Team Fortress 2 and Skyrim. Just head in here. There are already some maps up. And in order to try out the maps, well, first of all, you have a lot of filtering options. You can see top rated of all time in case you want to see what people are really liking, most recent, your favorites and everything like that, friends' favorites. You have a search. So it's pretty easy to navigate. And then once you head into a map, you just hit the subscribe button right here, like so, and then once you restart Portal, you'll have access to that map. And yeah, you can rate, favorite, report, and then you'll find comments in the bottom as well, so people can tell you they like your stuff, or that it's way too annoying to be on there. So I've already downloaded a few, or subscribed to a few, I guess I could say. So Play Community Test Chambers, largest chamber in the world, seems pretty basic, haven't tried it yet, bombs away. Created by, I believe, a Valve employee here. So I will head into this one, and yeah, it's just right on your list, so you just click on that, click play, and you're directly into the user-created content, so it's really easy to access, seems pretty easy to sort, and easy to dive into. So if you haven't been playing Portal 2 in a while because you got through the main story, you got through the co-op stuff, this will be a great reason to get back in because the puzzles are going to be totally nuts. So I'm just going to run through this one pretty quickly. Basically, I have a light bridge here. I have a faith plate down here that I can't really use because it's slamming my head into the light bridge, and I need to get through that energy wall because there's actually a switch back there. So I need to hit the switch, and let's see what happens. Portable surfaces. Okay, that deactivates the light bridge, but if I step off of this, the light bridge is back. So there's another switch up there. I'm going to go get it. And this isn't really going to work. I believe that'll get me over there. Nope. There we go. So I hit this, and I should get a cube from somewhere from that to get. There we go. And I can just drop this over on the switch. But of course, that's not going to work because what I really need to do is drop this cube over on the faceplate, which I can't do if I'm standing on here, but I can do if I don't fall. Oh God, total fail. What I can do if I just put this directly over the faceplate like so. I think that's over top. That should work. So now if I go back to the switch, I can just go stand on it, and that should knock the cube in there. Hopefully it stays on the switch. It does. The door opened, so I am able to, once I get off the switch, Lightbridge reactivates, and I can just put this back here and head to the exit. You know, not the most complex puzzle chamber, but it's just, I mean, it's fun. It's a good puzzle, and it's just a small taste of what will happen once this finally goes live, and then you can rate stuff at the end of it. So here's my most advanced, poorly constructed map, also published. You can unpublish if you want, go back to your workshop, rename. I'm going to edit and show off a little bit more of the advanced features, not super advanced, but slightly more advanced features than I was showing in the basic workshop. So here I've got a couple tractor beams around. I've got a faith plate that knocks all the way over here, that targets across a line of turrets, and I've got a whole bunch of speed gel spewers in a line here, and a little pressure plate here with a cube, and then my exit is way up here. And you can see I've tightly controlled where the portable surfaces are on this map, so there are only a few that actually work, which of course are pretty big hints as to where you need to place portals. So to test it out, I can just hop right in there. And, oh, actually one thing I wanted to show off is I have multiple connections per pressure plate. So this is actually connected to two different gel droppers. So they will, it should actually be connected to 3. So I'm going to connect this to this one as well. And then you can remove those connections if you want. You can remove them piece by piece. You can change the button type if you want. If you wanted a cube or a sphere or just simply weighted, you can do that as well, in addition to the basic options. But I will switch out of there. So now that's hooked up to everything, and I can build the level to get it to change, which just takes a little bit, and then hop right in and try to go through this pretty quickly. All right, so now I'm in my rebuilt level, and I have some pretty obvious portable walls here, so it shouldn't be too complicated where the portals actually need to go. You can see one up here. I can't get to that because of this wall, so I put a portal over there. I can't see that from here, so that's not going to help me, so I just put a portal there and bring the cube over this way, and then portal that wall, and should be able to turn around and just sort of drop this onto the switch. Now the switch is also not active now because I didn't do that properly. The switch is tied to 3 of the speed gel spewer things, so it's just spewing out speed gel over to that wall, which obviously needs to be portaled, but it doesn't do much good if it's just going back up there. So if I look through this gap, I can see a portable surface, and now I have those connected portals, which I can run through at high speed. Unfortunately, there's this deadly laser barrier, and I made this easy for myself because the switch is right here. It's on a timer, though, so I need to go through here pretty quickly, which is going to drop me right into a faith plate, and I need to turn around and portal these 2 surfaces as this tractor beam pulls me up, jump through there onto the glass, and I need to do that quickly because there is a deadly laser grate up there. Of course, why not more deadly lasers? And that's it. So then I'm just at the end of it. You know, I guess it's more about speed than really thinking about it, but it just gives a sense of the type of thing you can do. And then I just hop out of here, exit back to editor. I could make a lot of changes to this if I wanted to, or because I made a few changes, I can actually republish, which is just a matter of hitting this button, and here it goes. Taking a little while, but yeah, on May 8th, this will be out for PC and Mac versions of Portal 2, and I think I'm really looking forward to seeing what the community can do with this. It could be great for the game and a lot of fun.